Julia, your trusted travel expert from Matheson Travel, helping you find that je ne sais quoi wherever you are in the world. And this week, I wanted to talk to you about what else the election coming up. And I really wanted to take this moment to sort of step away a little bit from travel and really encourage you to vote. I was just hanging out with some friends who were just beside themselves. They didn't like either of the two major party candidates and they weren't going to vote. And I just have to tell you that that is such a bad way to think, a bad example. This is the most amazing country, and one of the coolest things about our country is our democracy and the fact that all of our citizens have the right to vote and have a say. And I know everyone says, oh, my vote doesn't matter, and the electoral college, and da-da-da-da. But the thing is it does matter. I mean, the president is obviously really important for being the leader of the country, kind of the representative in the world of this country, and sets kind of policies and principles. But it's some of the, what are they calling the down ballot votes that are really almost more important to your daily life. Things like governors, senators, congressmen, local representatives, things like that. Those are the people that really actually make decisions that affect your daily life. And I also wanted to just kind of, segue this into travel a little bit, because I've traveled all over the world and this country, and I can tell you that this is one of the most amazing countries in the world. I mean, we are one of the most powerful countries in the world, and therefore have a lot of say in what other people do in the world. And so it's really important for us to set a good example. I mean, if you think about traveling around this country, the diversity that we have in this country is unbelievable. You look at national parks, which is, something that we started, and other countries have taken our lead in protecting their amazing pieces, their amazing natural features that they have in their countries. But, we have Yosemite, the amazing Yosemite Valley, the amazing diversity in Yellowstone, from canyons and hot thermal springs and things like that, to the wildlife. I mean, we also have Hawaii and Alaska with their amazing beauty and natural wonders that are protected. And that's thanks to our government, and that's thanks to, electing people with conservation in mind, with, protecting this nation's greatness. So that's just one example. If you really love this country, you ought to try and go and see those places in this country. That's something that I think is so important. I got to see national parks as a little kid, and I think it's so important, and lots of people agree with me, because millions of people visit our national parks. But I think that not enough Americans take the time to visit national parks, either in their own backyard, but also, like I said, further away ones like in Alaska and Hawaii, or Acadia National Park in Maine. That's one that I still haven't been to, and I really, really want to get to. And Glacier National Park in northern Montana. That's another one that I'm dying to get to, just because it's so unique and different and beautiful, and it's something that we are lucky to have in this country. Another thing you find out when you travel is how influential America is. You go to pretty much anywhere in the world and they know our culture. They know, Coke is everywhere. McDonald's is everywhere, unfortunately. And it is what it is. But, people ask you what it's like in America. And when you travel and people ask you like, oh, well, aren't you scared about getting shot? That makes me upset, because no, I'm not scared of being shot. I mean, maybe I should be. Things are getting a little crazy in this country, but that's just one example of something that always kind of comes up. Why am I not fat? I thought all Americans were fat. These are little silly things that you find out, about this country when you go abroad, when you go to other countries. Another thing you find out is the way that they do things that is a little bit different than the way we do things. I remember we had a lecture on our way into Holland by one of our tour guides. This was on a talk tour I was on, and she's actually from the Netherlands. And so she just kind of gave a really cool talk about the country and where they stand and some of their policies. And just hearing her and seeing some of the stats that she shared about, their drug policies, and they're very advanced, and it's very revolutionary, you would say, to a lot of Americans. But you see, what has happened to, heroin overdoses, which is a huge problem in this country. You see what's happened in Netherlands, and it makes you think like, oh, well, maybe we need to rethink our policies. And so it's just, this is sort of a two-part little, I guess, travel tip for you this week is that, A, get out on the road and see how other places do it. And that will probably make you even more proud to be an American. I know it does me. I still choose to live in this country, even though I could live in many other different countries with this mobile business that I have. And also to really encourage you to actually go and, take part in this democracy that is so amazing, that we are lucky to be a part of. So that's sort of my soapbox for this week. I'll talk to you next week with more travel tips. Bye-bye.